is what I think. I will drown in pink. Yeah. Paint away day and night, 6 hearts, hope I'm okay. You're alright, goodbye then if you dare. Someone new is pulling everywhere. I'm afraid to let them. Nothing is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. I will drown in pink. Yeah. Nothing is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. I will drown in pink. Nothing is what I say. I feel far away. Nothing is what I think. Nothing is what I think. Yeah. 'Cause I will drown in pink. You're all I've got. You're all I want. You're all I've got. You're all I want. Back in the day, complications never wore my patience. I was always ready to play. Why face the day in the sunshine in LA? We hit the beach and rode the waves. I lost my balance, I was faded. I was trapped and wrapped up in a scene that was never really me. Plastic lights and starry eyes, and all the freaks were left outside. So I'd look in and wonder why. Where was mine? I couldn't find it. But you're all I've got. You're all I want. Some days it just feels like this will never be enough. Most days it just feels like a struggle to catch up. And I won't mind the day I find what a peace of mind you are. 'Cause life is a wonderful mess. walk away, trade my sunshine in for rain. Same old ways in a different place, but something's changing, changing. I wanted answers and direction. What I got was second guessing, hesitation, no sensation, just more questions. Nothing to blame for being stuck inside this frame of mind. If I can find my way, who I am, what I want, where I'm going, where I was, it's not up to you. I wish there was something you could do, but you're not me, so you can be my answers, answers, because you're all I've got. And you're all I want. Some days it just feels like this will never be enough. Most days it just feels like I've struggled to catch up. But I won't mind the day I find what a peace of mind you are. 'Cause life is a wonderful mess. You're all I've got. You're all I want. You're all I've got. You're Since I've been sober, I just found another shoulder to look over. Am I bolder? I feel colder. Every time I sense danger, I just find another angle to this game. I don't wanna play, please start me over. I'm ashamed that my claim to fame is the fact that I can walk away again and again and feel nothing. I'm unnerved because when you show concern, doesn't make me feel okay. I feel invaded. Oh, let's go. You gotta work out those negative feelings. Dude, that was like Trump in the interview right there. Hey, I got no fucking evidence of my 2020 claims. Please make this reporter stop giving me shit. She's yelling at me. I want to get out of here. Someone change my diaper. Dude, what am I doing, bro? Alright, I'm sorry, Trumpy. But you know what, buddy? Fuck you. You fucking lying piece of shit. You are in this world alone. I will never be alone again. I'm immune to the things they said. My heart's unbreaking. You're radiant truth. I know that you will understand, because I finally found myself. My heart you're radiant. Let's go. Dude, you feel like he would have hit her if he was off camera? I mean, dude, it's not out of the realm of possibility. What? Dude, what a fucking piece of trash. Your partner says I have a Clint Eastwood look? All right. Let's go, Clint. Every which way but loose, motherfuckers. Oh, already have a rock star out. Dude, Kristen Welker. So we are going to watch that interview. All right. Let me just give you a brief overview. Okay. Here's a brief overview of what we got, guys. And there may be more. There may be less. Okay. But a brief overview is, first off, Spencer Pratt. Fuck you, buddy. Dude, Spencer Pratt later. Dude, fuck Spencer Pratt. So as I predicted, guys, dude, I called this on election night. I've been calling it every day this week. We have done an update. And dude, I knew LA was going to come through, boss. I knew it. I just knew, like, he didn't have a big enough total on election day. Like, voter booth, man, I mean, there's hardly any Republicans in LA, and he needed every single one of them to turn out, and he would have needed a whole bunch of, like, Dems and young white fucking college students to come out, and he didn't get it, okay? And LA came through, and I think they knew that Karen Bass was going to get enough votes. And then everybody in the end just waited and were like, fuck it, let's all vote for Nithya and let's make sure this guy's gone. Okay? Bada bing, dude. Later. I'm gonna say right now, guys, I think Nithya might win. Honestly, a lot of people are upset with Karen Bass. She may lose to the sacrificial altar, and Nithya may get it. Now, I don't know if Tom Steyer's gonna catch up. But fuck yeah, boss. Okay? That is so beautiful. Now, so we are going to talk a little bit about Pratt, but obviously the big news today, guys, is Trump. And we're going to watch that whole section, and it starts with the 1776 slush fund, and it goes in through Trump again, having a meltdown, screaming, rigged, no evidence. Where's the evidence? Dude, if this guy had evidence, he has 110 million Twitter followers, guys. He could post that shit on Twitter. You know, Elon would jack it everywhere. They would have that shit beaming from Starlink satellites, the whole goddamn world. Every journalist on the planet could disseminate their proof and bring down the deep state. He has no proof. Now, we're going to go back, I think, and watch that Joe Rogan clip where Rogan asked him about this. We saw this before the election. Rogan pussed out, though. He was not a Kristen Welker. Kristen Welker, mad props to you, Kristen Welker, for, right? Rogan pussed. But I'm going to show you the receipts, guys, because I've been like paying close attention to this for a while. So we are going to look at that. The other thing we're going to look at is Trump's little UFC jerk fest has a lawsuit pending. Everybody's already bailing on this thing, but now there's a lawsuit too about the financial con. And we are going to look at Lauren Boebert having a little spasm in public. That's a little hog watching. And then maybe we're going to get to some Epstein, but we're also going to look at another instance of me with TPUSA goons, guys. I don't know what it is, but the last couple days, I am batting 1,000 with the TPUSA goons, where now Tyler Bowyer and Andrew Kolvet both have replied to me with these really weak replies. Dude, Tyler got so brutally ratioed, it's not even funny. The Andrew Kolvet was a ratio, but I don't think it is anymore. But I'll put a link to the tweet so you can see it before we get into this. But he did a little like profile pic attack on me.
because he's a fucking clown. Let me see where it is. Dun, 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 dun. All right, it's in here because, of course, he's claiming fake election replies. All right, so yeah, it is this one right here, and he is still getting ratioed. It's going to get worse over time, dude. TPUSA is beat, okay, but so yeah, we're gonna look at that, but guys. I'm not going to go into the long and short. We've done a lot of shit on Graham Platner lately, but I do want to show you something. Okay, we're going to start with the TPUSA, with the Tyler Bowyer shit, but let me just show you this, because look at what's trending again here, right? Oh, well, it is stepped off, but already, guys, there's another fucking scandal here. Already there was a reporter, a right-wing reporter named Robinson. Steve Robinson, I think it is. Right? Yes. Another Fox News reporter, okay, already like trying to say that his oyster business is a front, right? Because of some, like, he didn't register the business name until 2024 or what have you, right? So again, though, another hit piece. They're like every single day is a fucking Graham Platner hit piece, dude. Every day, boss. Right? Dude, the machine is angry. They are scared. They are scared, guys. Because let me just tell you this. If this guy was going to lose, none of this would matter. They would be like, oh, we don't have to worry. Right? I mean, dude, I've been DBA, by my name and social security number for years. Okay. But I mean, I have had some online discussions with people, because the thing is, guys, let me just tell you, I think in most blue states, if you went to Illinois, if you went to California, if you went to Oregon, if you went to Washington, Platner would be a disaster in many of those states. A lot of those states, depending on where he was, he would be a disaster. But I think in a place like Maine, he's kind of the perfect candidate. Okay? Literally, in Maine, right? I don't think he's going to lose. No, I think he's going to win. And I think he's going to win convincingly. I think it's getting to the point now where every scandal they do is going to make him stronger. Right? Because you may have noticed there's a pattern. Like a thing comes out and then the right-wing media starts tweeting something worse is coming, something worse is coming. That's what their thing is. They keep warning that something worse is coming, and then, 2 days later there's like a new scandal. But I mean, I don't know, man. We'll see. I mean, maybe there is some, like, really, at this point though, I think, I'm sure he did send some dick pics to consenting adults, but I don't think anyone's going to care about that, But we'll see. We're going to let it play out. But man, I've not seen them like hunt a candidate that hard in a while, boss. You know what I'm saying? It is like, wow. Crazy. All right, you ready? Let's start with TPUSA. Let's start with TPUSA, guys. Because, so here's what happened. All right. We're gonna get to the TPUSA thing. And it is basically around the Spencer Pratt article, guys. Okay, so So Spencer Pratt, around the Spencer Pratt losing. All right. So Andrew Kolvet tweeted this. Okay. Here was his tweet. With the, Decision Desk HQ predicted Nithya Raman was going to be in second place. Now, again, I called this from election night. I've been calling it staunchly every day. But Kolvet said, a woman with absolutely zero following, no groundswell of support, and no name ID absolutely killed it in mail-in voting in Los Angeles. It's just the way this state counts ballots, guys. Free PSA. If you don't want us to assume cheating, maybe make it a little less obvious. But guys, here's the problem. Nithya Raman is very well known in Los Angeles, okay? She's been on the city council for a while. She is one of the most outspoken and vociferous, progressive city council members, extraordinarily well known in LA, okay? None of these dickheads in fucking Phoenix know about her because they don't actually pay attention to LA politics, right? I mean, they get their information about Karen Bass on from Reddit posts and Facebook posts. They probably don't even know that Karen Bass was a congresswoman, okay? You know what I'm saying? These guys are just fucking clueless. But of course they're here to stir the whole, oh, you cheated. I know, but dude, Nithya Raman, let's look at her, okay? She is, if you look at her, guys, let's fucking look at her background, right? Let's look at her bio. All right. So she was elected in 2020, right? That was George Floyd year, okay? And reelected in 2024. She chairs the Housing and Homelessness Committee. So she has been on the forefront of dealing with this problem, right? Dude, she's fucking went to MIT. Okay, before she ran for office, she was part of the Homeless Coalition for years. So she is been sort of boots on the ground activist, right? She was the executive director of Time's Up Entertainment. Right. And right here, though, she was an AOC figure, guys. OK, because there was an incumbent guy who had been fucking this huge dude and she knocked him off. So she is literally the AOC. You know how AOC, New York City and Congress, Nithya Raman has been the AOC of Los Angeles. That everybody in Los Angeles politics knows who this woman is. And they know her to be not somebody seeking the limelight. You know what I'm saying? She's not trying to build her Instagram following or trying to sell hats with a dead guy's name on it like Andrew Kolvet and Erica Kirkar. She is actually focused on wanting to work on affordable housing, trying to solve homelessness, etc. Okay, but she's also been doing it from a position of not so much power because she is just, a city council member. But she is now in a position where she may very well win the mayorship. Okay, she might, but she is, certainly not an unknown. Okay, now this is what I said to him though, where I said she was a very well-known local politician. You effing degenerate. Late voters voted for her to get Pratt out of the race. You're an effing moron, and your grooming org is going to get shut down, is what I said. But dude, look at what he replied to me, dude. He replied and said, of course, he grabbed my profile picture and said, that face you make when you tell your friends, I swear the shrooms make you smarter. Oh, good one. Good one, Kolvet. All right, now, first off, before we get into my comeback, I do want to address the fact that, this guy doesn't know anything about shrooms, okay? My girlfriend, okay, my partner of 13 years, is a psilocybin facilitator, guys, okay? She is like partially running one of the psilocybin businesses here in Oregon with a member of her extended family. Okay. So we're very well versed in psilocybin in this household. And like for him to make a comment like that, like this guy doesn't even understand if he did some psilocybin therapy, he would probably be like not a fucking degenerate pig, like looting money from a, you know, a 501c3 and distributing that money to state senators for, you know, fake elector schemes to get an Epstein rapist elected as president. Just saying, okay? You know what I'm saying? But so it's just funny that he makes some comment about shrooms, but like homie has no idea whatsoever about the real value of mushrooms and psilocybin. And I mean, beyond their depression and their medicinal help, just even like mushrooms, the fungal networks, like what they bring to the world we live in, and like the communication between plants and shit is like just awe-inspiring, to say the least. But anyway, that's well beyond the reach of a 40-year-old guy who hangs out at high schools with Erica Kirk trying to groom kids, okay? You know, for the record. But anyway, so my comeback to him was, right? My comeback to him was this, where I said, good one, right? And then I posted a picture of him and I said, good one. What's the face you make when you hide the details of your business partner's murder? You hide grapes and essay at your Christian org, are rumored to have an affair, maybe even with the dead guy's wife, and you funnel a ton of money through shell companies to fake electors, right? Oh, it's this face, right? Dude, let's go. This is also the face when you're, you know, podcasting next to an empty chair while trying to grift, okay, off of your dead friend. But now, anyway, again, Kolvet is getting ratioed, right? And then he replied to me again, though, guys, because look at this. This guy replied to Andrew Kolvet and said, right, this guy replied to Andrew Kolvet and said, this is the best comeback you could come up with. Nothing constructive. No wonder TPUSA is filled with degenerates. And I said they're only good at covering up rapes, murders, and laundered money to Arizona state senators. And dude, he replied to me again, dude. He said, this is the best comeback you could come up with. Pedo slop? Dude, I didn't even mention pedo, right? He like, where is the pedo, right? He said pedo slop. Get back to me when your DSA comrades figure out how to count votes the way civilized society does, not the third world. Dude, he's so bad at this, guys. Like, what is the pedo slop? I just don't. Yeah, dude. Oh, good one. Oh, good one. Oh, good one, dear. Good one. Dude, what a dork. Okay? What a dork. And I see other people now are getting in here too. Okay? That fucking other people are, I think Damian Toll got in here as well. Dude, somebody posted that face you make when you've lost a debate so badly, you have to look at their PFP. Dude, that is crazy. Oh man, dude. Where's the Damian Toll fucking response? I saw him getting into this too. Dude, Yashar Ali was like, dude, she was second in the last poll, right? Dude, just because Gunther Eagleman wasn't sharing AI-generated memes of her, it doesn't mean the voters didn't know who she is. Oh my God. Dude, isn't that wild? And then, of course, you know, what's crazy about this, though, guys, is how dirty Kolvet is, okay? He really is, guys, like dirtier than dirt, boss. I mean, just the financial improprieties alone okay, are brutal. They're brutal, guys. These guys funneled money from evangelical billionaires through TPUSA to then Turning Point Action and Turning Point this and this Turning Point and TP Faith and all these other things. And then they pay out money to other small companies with no employees, to state senators and various fake electors. Tyler Bowyer was one of the fake electors. So was the state senator, Jake Hoffman. And now they're like sitting at Charlie's old desk next to his empty chair, still fucking grifting and funneling money to all manner of corrupt, like just degenerate individuals. Okay. And he looks like he hasn't taken a shit since, you know, Obama was president. Like, holy shnikes. But anyway, that ratio will probably grow. Okay. The ratio of him will probably grow. If we go and look at the Tyler Bowyer one, oh my God, hold on. Let me find this here. So here, this was the Tyler one. Look at the Tyler Bowyer ratio. This one was from a couple days ago, right? Like 3 days ago. But look at it, dude. 561 over 19. Isn't that wild? Like, just clowned. And he got ratioed in the replies too. But just brutalized with good old Tyler Bowyer. I mean, these guys are so stupid, okay? They are so stupid. They are. And TPUSA is going to be in the dumps. Now, we will eventually, guys, look at that fake Charlie Kirk video. I do want to wait until Candace Owens does her analysis of it. But we're gonna look at that. Yeah, dude, he called me Antifa because he read this joke from The Office on my thing, and he actually thought that I was like part of Antifa or something. Tyler Bowyer, what a clown. Tyler Bowyer, by the way, was a fake elector. All right, just so you know, he was one of the fake electors in Donald Trump's plot to overturn the 2020 election. And he should have gone to prison, dude. All of those guys should have. But, you know, by miracle of, you know, Eileen Cannon and other fucking Trump justices all over the place, all of these guys are fucking getting away with this shit. Now, Eileen Cannon obviously had nothing to do with the Arizona case, but she had to do with the, you know, the classified documents case. And, you know, in Florida, the Jack Smith one that, dude, Trump should be in jail, okay? Like, it's fucking brutal, boss. It is brutal. And yes, Tyler Bowyer is basically a felon, all right? Now, this comes on the heels, though, of the video I made about Dana Loesch, and dude, she blocked me, too, today, okay? Because she got mad. She got mad at my tweets, and she got mad at my tweets and video. And so she fucking blocked me. Dude, I'm getting blocked by everybody. Dude, I mean, I don't really mind because she's an asshole. But you know who else blocked me today, dude? Was Saliza, right? Fucking Chris. Fucking this guy too, dude. This Gomer. Right? Dude, he blocked me as well. Dude, what a dick, bro. Right? And you know why he got mad at me? He got mad at me because I called him a fucking prick after I told him off about Susan Collins. Because there was a black legislator that was talking about Susan Collins and fascism. And he was like, you don't really think Susan Collins is a fascist? And I'm like, yo, dude, because of Susan Collins, like, women lost the right to their uteruses. Like, is there anything more fascist than that? You fucking prick. And she did it while lying and pretending like she was going to protect women's rights. So not only is she, and dude, she has turned the other way. Like, oh, she voted to impeach Trump, but then she never held him accountable. She would have never voted to convict him after the insurrection. And then she downplayed it ever since and helped him get elected again. And now she's like doing nothing while he is just rampaging. ICE is murdering citizens. Like, fuck you, Chris Cillizza, you fucking idiot. All right, you fucking goon. So what? I'll tell you what, boss. You are a moron. Right? Yeah, man. And I mean, yeah, the head of the DOJ is the president's personal lawyer and lackey. Dude, these guys are clowns, though. All right? You know what I'm saying? These guys are clowns. All right, thank you. Thank you, Kolvet. Dude, I don't even know why they attacked this picture, dude. I love this picture. Dude, this is a great picture. What is he even attacking? I'm like 1,000 times better looking than this ugly fucking constipated fucker. You know what I mean? Look at this guy, dude. Dude, this guy looks like, you know, people like hide their kids if he goes within 100 feet of a grade school. People are like running their kids into the office and shit, throwing them into the backs of vans. Dude, look at him. He's like, oh, if I shit my pants in the chair next to Charlie's, can I sell the shit? I could say that it's Charlie-inspired defecation. It's the defecation of the Lord. We could sell it. Give me a fucking break, Kolvet. All right? Dude, that is brutal. Dude, he's getting torn up too, dude. Dude, he is getting torn up, guys. And like, they are not kind to him in the replies, bro. What an idiot. All right. All right. Thank you, Andrew Kolvet. We appreciate you. Are you ready, guys? Cool. Growing a new asshole. Is that what he's trying to do? Let's go. All right. We're going to pivot to this, guys. Look at this, all right? So there is a lawsuit, okay? Lawsuit seeks to stop the UFC fight on the White House South Lawn for Trump's birthday. Now, I want to make an observation here, guys. And I want to, before we go into the lawsuit on the Trump UFC, I want to start with the reflecting pool, okay? And here's why. Here's why I want to start with the reflecting pool, okay? Is because this is not important, okay? This is not important. In the 2 years since Trump has taken over, he has crashed crypto. He has made 4,000 stock trades with companies he's involved with. His family has been looting here and abroad, okay? He has fired like qualified people and left positions open so he can have acting, secretaries. He has taken us into a war for no reason. He lied to get us into a war for Netanyahu. He has done nothing but like side with Putin, side with Netanyahu, right? Lying about the war, bombed a grade school, bombed fishing boats. Okay, grocery prices are out of control. His tariffs have unilaterally wrecked our fucking economy. Small businesses and farms are closing. You know what I'm saying? He fucking kidnapped the leader of another country and is trying to embroil him into some fucking fake shit about the election that he lost, that he knows he lost. He's threatened our allies and tried to undermine every ally, every union we have. Okay, this guy has done terrible shit. And what is he doing, guys? He's working on the reflecting pool. And then everybody's supposed to be like, oh, Trumpy, oh, look at you. Oh, you solved the reflecting pool. But guys, the only reason he's even doing this is because of his birthday. Okay? He's having a UFC match on June 14th for his birthday using the American 250-year celebration to become a celebration stroke fest of Donald J. Trump. And so he fixed the reflecting pool so it would look good at his birthday party. Okay? And he's done nothing to help the fucking country. He is trashing the country, and then he wants some credit because he paints the bottom of a pool so it looks nice while he has a birthday party. And it's like, bro, give me a fucking break, dude. Okay? We don't need the reflecting pool to fucking look good, boss. It's not important. Let's get the country operating good, feeling good. I'm going to cut half the national debt. Oh, yeah. Dude, nothing, bro. He's done nothing. But look at this. You ready? Let's go to the article. So it says, lawsuit seeks to stop UFC fight, right? The filing contends the Trump administration's authorization of the June 14th event was unlawful. Excuse me. It says a federal lawsuit seeks to halt the UFC fight card on the White House South Lawn, right? That is, time for Trump's 80th birthday party and part of the nation's 250th anniversary. Okay, the filing by Public Integrity Project on behalf of 2 Virginia residents contends Trump's administration's authorization of the event was unlawful. The lawsuit says such approval violated National Park Service regulations prohibiting sporting events on federal parklands. Congress did not consent to the towering arch overlooking the event space, and no environmental review was conducted before the construction. This is fundamentally a private, commercial, corrupt use of our most sacred national monument for private gain. And that's a big one, too, because they're looting. Okay? Said Brendan Ballou, a lawyer for the plaintiffs, and that is what is motivating this lawsuit. The White House said the legal challenge was an obstructionist, baseless, and dilatory attempt to prevent Trump from hosting the fight, and the event was no different from other White House hosted events and properly permitted events on the Ellipse and National Mall throughout the year. UFC did not respond for comment. Crews are erecting an octagon-shaped cage. It's supposed to have a 5,000-seat arena right outside the front door of the White House, and then large screens broadcasting the fights in the park nearby the Ellipse. And it plans to issue 85,000 free tickets. Now, guys, I don't know. I feel like we should order up those free tickets, right? We should order up those free tickets and fucking have a ticket burning party, right? Dude, I'm going to shit in the pool, dude. Dude, hey, $100 for everybody who shits in the reflecting pool. I got you, dude. Just let's go. Oh, shit. Let's fucking go. All right, somebody asked for the goal, dude. Let's do it. We're getting it. We're getting our goal, boss. Dance party on the pine box. There it is. Dude, that shit is wild, isn't it? Now, there are other issues here, though, with the grift here. Okay, so this was the big news, but there's also there is some grift going on, guys. Okay? Dude, I hope there's some good chance. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, this is crazy, dude. Right? Right here is nuts. That the VIP tickets, $1.5 million a piece, guys. Right? $1.5 million a piece. And you know what's fucked up about this, guys? Is think about this, okay? Because what they did was there was a bipartisan commission to handle the American 250. And this was created years ago, guys. And so there was a bipartisan commission that was supposed to handle the money, was supposed to handle the distribution and the planning, etc. And Trump started his own thing called Freedom 250. And then he just sort of usurped taking control of this festival. And then they added the fight and, $1.5 million VIP tickets. At the end of the day, we don't know where all that money's going. And we know it's going right into the Trump pockets, right? Like everything else he's doing where he is just grifting. And then look at this shit. Now, he also bought stock in UFC's parent company on top of this. So he's buying stock in the parent company of UFC, and then he is simultaneously using UFC illegally, mind you, emoluments clause, mind you, Hatch Act, mind you, to engage in, money laundering and a lot more fucking cha-ching, right? Making this big event, trying to elevate UFC and make a huge deal, stock goes up, yada, yada, yada. And the whole thing is a con, dude. Lynn said, thoughts for the Knicks and fans, let's go! Yes, dude, we are pulling for the Knicks, guys. We are pulling for the Knicks. Dude, Clown Prince says, the new Scary Movie was good. Highly recommend for the jokes aimed at the Tangerine Tyrant. They even took a shot at Candace Owens. Let's go, love it. Dude, we love it. Thank you, Clown Prince. Let's fucking go, dude. Petrozzi, hope it rains on his big day. LFG, let's go. Dude, I would love to see some rain. Even better, I would love to see like an injunction, right? We're 7 days away. Let's get a good injunction and let's get that 14th to roll around with no UFC fight and just an empty stadium. That would be amazing, guys. That's what I want to see, boss. Right? In conjunction, injunction, what's your function? Now, what is he doing here? Dude, look at that image. Jesus. Hold on. So what is this? All right, so what do we got here? Says, slaps a UFC makeover on his latest grift, right? And, oh shit, of course, dude, look at this, boss. Of course he is. Look at what this fucker is doing, bro. Look at this. History enters the octagon to commemorate the first championship fight ever hosted at the White House during the Freedom 250 celebration. A historic collaboration is coming, a special release, a defining moment, a collectible unlike any before it. Join the wait list now for the UFC Freedom 250 Trump coins. Jesus. Of course, guys. Yeah, on Sunday, no less. They're going to be beating the shit out of each other on the Sabbath and, you know, getting drunk and whatever, doing some blow on the White House lawn, right? Wow. And then he's selling UFC Trump coins. Dude, isn't that crazy? Dude, that is fucking crazy, boss. The grift never ends. Tig biddies? Dude, Donald Trump definitely has some tig biddies, guys. He does. Let's be honest, dude. Trump has the tiggest. Right? He has the tiggest biddies around, boss. Oh, Lord have mercy. So now on an unrelated note, guys, so check it out. I do want to share with you a tweet that I did that was this one where I was like, and it's about the Knicks game. You know, Trump is going to the Knicks game. He's hijacking it. But here's this, guys. Is Trump going to stage another shooting at the Knicks game? And guys, I actually wondered this. And somebody in the replies here said, oh, I think he would do that at UFC. But I don't think he would do it at UFC because he wouldn't want to upstage his own event. Okay? He wouldn't. He would not want to upstage his own event because he wants that to be remembered for his birthday. Now, I could absolutely imagine Trump being like, well, if it happened at a Knicks game, it would shut down an NBA Finals. Think about the ratings. Think about the ratings there, guys. If he did that shit, that would be like the biggest spectacle in history. Shutting down an NBA series with an attempt, the 5th attempt on Trump's life, right? I mean, dude, I hope he does not do that shit, but could you see it? Jesus Christ, boss. I can absolutely see it. Okay? Because this is what Trump is about. I mean, his back is against the wall, guys. He is like screwed. Okay? They are screwed. They are bleeding. I mean, look at this shit, guys. Look at this. Hold on. Look at this, guys. Look at that, dude. Dude, his endorsed candidate in LA couldn't even get into round 2. Okay? He is, you know, the Dems have flipped like 30 seats so far. Right? You know what I mean, guys? I mean, it is like, dude, his back's against the wall. Hold on, I do want to check in on the governor race. Oh, they have not updated this. So the governor race is still holding. You cannot get a firearm into MSG? Well, of course not. But if he were to set something up, like, that wouldn't be a problem. Dude, it's just me. D says, I got a new kitten. And he goes absolutely bonkers watching you every night, especially when you ring the bell. That's for the kitten. Let's go. Dude, I love it. What kind of kitten is it? What's the pattern, dude? I love kittens. Dude, Lynn's video says, Whatever happens, chaos, and I think zero show. Let's go. Dude, I hope he doesn't do it though, guys. Okay? I hope he does not do it. I absolutely do not want him to rig a fake shooting at Madison Square Garden. But I just thought, like, shit, dude, he's getting desperate to the point of where, like, I just don't know what he's going to do, guys. Okay? I don't know what he's going to do. Yes, I know Israel and Iran are fighting hardcore. There's no peace. There's no negotiations. And what's more, guys, let me just tell you, Trump has zero international credibility. And we're about to go into the Trump and Kristen Welker exchange. And let me just tell you guys, after this episode with Kristen Welker on Meet the Press, Trump lost all bargaining power internationally. Okay, he did. He's done, guys. Nerdy Black Woman says, I'm hoping for that pine box. Dude, he lost. Think about it, guys. He went on a rampage about the rigged election, the rigged, you know it's rigged, you're corrupt, everything's rigged. And she's like, well, where's the evidence? Where's the evidence? People have asked time and time again, where is the evidence? Let's see the evidence. Oh, you don't want to go to court? You don't have standing? Okay, just post it on Twitter. You have 100 million Twitter followers, bro. If you got this hard evidence of, election cheating, go ahead and post it on Twitter. Every reporter in the world will pile on that shit and get to the truth. Easy peasy, guys, right? But he won't. And again, we're going to watch the Rogan clip, but let's go into this because what today showed with Kristen Welker is it showed that he is a liar, that when he's confronted with his lies, he will freak out and not ever defend what he's claiming to be true, that he goes back on his word, that he knows he's telling lies, and that instead of remaining cool and balanced during the confrontation about his lies, he gets up and walks away, right? Frustrated crybaby. Now, here's the problem. Is nobody's going to ever take him at his word, okay? If Iran goes to a bargaining table of okay, here are the conditions for peace, they know Trump's not going to stick to it. They know Trump's going to lie about it. They know Trump is going to say one thing at the table and do something else on Twitter, and then he'll deny it in the press the whole time. And whatever he does say he'll do the exact opposite of, and then he'll lie about that for years, okay? And then if you press him on it, he's going to get up and he's going to cry and walk away, and then a whole bunch of brain-dead idiots in America will start worshiping him for it, And so I feel like today was significant. So let's watch these clips. Let me find, see if I can find the whole thing, okay? Oh, we have the full episode. Perfect. Okay, so here's the full episode. But we're not going to watch the full episode. We are going to go in until she starts talking about January 6th. Let's grab the transcript. I do have a section marked that I want to start at. It was from this Brian Stelter tweet. Here, let me grab the tweet. He put the text of this in here. Right here. This is it. Okay? Do you think anyone who attacked? There it is. That's where we're starting. Okay? And this is the main, yeah, look at this, dude. This is the exchange. Okay? I'll put a link to this after we watch this so you can look at this tweet. Stelter did a good job of quoting the whole thing. But we're going to get in here and we're going to watch this exchange because it's not just him blowing up. You really have to see the lead up to it, okay? You have to see the lead up to this. Dude, come on now. Oh, shit. Oh, I get it. All right, here it is. 3559. Perfect. All right. So, guys, we are pretty deep in this. We are pretty deep in this. But this, guys, this is really, we're going to start here because it's important. Now, the first thing I want to say is like, dude, he does not look well. Okay. If you look at his face, look at how like orange it is and craven. He looks like he has been, tanning with RFK Jr. in the 3 Mile Island parking lot, or he's been sitting in a sauna with a hunk of uranium in there, right? He is like nuclear fission seared. Now, I want to give Kristen Welker credit, okay? Because, guys, she didn't back down, okay? She did not back down, okay? She did not shy away from this, and she wasn't going to let it go. His face looks all right. No, it doesn't. Dude, his face looks like shit. But you know what I'm saying? Like, normally what they do is they ask him a question, he lies through it, and then they move on to the next question. But she stayed put on, questioning this fund and the people who harmed police officers, the people who admitted their guilt, and then going on to, the fact that he's never produced evidence. Supposedly, according to him, this election was stolen in 2020. That is 6 years ago, guys. They filed 60-some court challenges and lost them all. All right? All of them. Lost them all. Okay? 6 years ago, Fox News paid out $787 million because of Tucker Carlson lying about Dominion voter machines in a defamation suit. And in addition to that, guys, in 6 years, he has never presented so much as an iota of evidence. Not a screenshot on Twitter, not a link to some document, not a clip of some phone conversation, nothing. Not an ounce, not one drop of fucking information. Not one fucking drop. All right? Nothing. And now the thing about the lawsuits, though, is Trump has found cover where some of the lawsuits were dismissed because they lack standing. So his basic go-to has been, well, the merits of the case were never addressed. It was only we couldn't sue because we lacked standing. But the problem is okay, forget the court. Show us the proof. Put it on Twitter to your 100 million people. Okay? He's making fun of the right side of his face. Oh, let's go. Dude, let's go. I got you, game. Thank you, boss. I know, I'm just fucking riffing. All right, guys. We need 23 and 10, baby. Let's get it. Dude, should we try to secure the dance party before we fucking watch this? This is going to be a mouthful, and it's definitely going to chew up the 10 minutes. So yeah, let's get the dance party out of the way. Let's secure that, and then we'll watch this interview, guys. Secure the dance? Dude, yeah, no, farmers are suffering, boss. They're suffering fertilizer, right? They are suffering from, like, foreclosing. They are running credit card debt. They're like, consumption is down because the price of everything is expensive. And the gas prices went up, so people are cutting back on everything, which means everybody's buying less of everything. And companies are like shrinking the amount of like employees that they have. I mean, so dude, everything is essentially shrinking. The whole economy is basically shrinking, you know, and then Trump is just making stock trades. All right, guys, 10 minutes, 9 minutes, 23-9, baby. Zit. 22, revolt of KW gets fired, T-dance for Peter. Let's go. Dude, I don't think she's getting fired. All right, 22, baby. 22-9, guys. 22. Hey, yo, hey, yo. Nine minutes. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go, Trumpy. Here we go. Get fucking shit on MAGA. Shit on MAGA. Shit on them. Shit on them. Come on, MAGA. Let's go. 22, baby. 22. 8 minutes. 8 minutes. 22-8, baby. $21, securing dance party. Let's go. It's me, D. Let's go. 21. 21-8, guys. Here it is. Here it is. Hey-oh, hey-oh. Gas bag, well described. Dude, Trump is like a burnt knob, dude. Let's go. Chitty, chitty, bang, bang, boss. Let's go. Chitty, 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 chitty. Bang, bang. Chitty, chitty. Bang, bang. Chitty, chitty. Let's go. Lens. Dance, dance, dance. All right, guys. 19. We got this. 19, 19, 19-7, baby. And then we're going to watch this. Guys, I really have to say, this is one of the most batshit things I have ever seen in my life. And you know what's crazy about this is how, again, the different rules. Okay, when anybody else gets up and runs away from an interview, they get accosted, they get attacked, they get like all kinds of pushback. But Donald Trump, all of his little sycophants are like sucking the knob, boss. They are polishing it up, dude. They're like, oh, come here, Trumpy. Oh, yeah, give me that knob. Oh, yeah, good knob, good knob. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at Trumpy's knob. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there you go, knob. Dude, Peter Stats. Paulina Prayers, let's go. Give me that knob. There it is. The Trump knob right there, boss. There it is. The Trump knob. Jesus. All right, guys, 17, baby. What are they saying? So what they're saying, guys, and we'll look at some of the reaction, but essentially the MAGA spin on this is that Trump, it's like the MAGA spin is everybody knows the election was rigged, and so Trump wasn't having it when this reporter tried to pretend it wasn't rigged. Okay? So Trump said it was rigged, and the reporter tried to say, no, it wasn't. And Trump was like, I ain't having you lying to me. So I'm going to get up and walk away. I'm not going to talk to you because you won't admit the truth. That's their spin on it. Despite having no evidence, losing every court case, and, you know, not even a tweet with whatever corroborating evidence they have. Dude, dance party Sunday night. Let's go, baby. We are 16 away, guys. 5 minutes. In my best Meemaw voice. Oh, Trumpy. Oh, That shit was rigged, my boy. I think that shit was rigged. Yo, you want old Meemaw to change your diaper there, Trumpy? Come on. Get your hands off the mushroom, Trumpy. No, you're not supposed to touch that out in public. Do that shit under the covers. Or Meemaw's gonna grab this cast iron skillet and go right upside your empty head. All right? Dude, Andrew, easy match. LFG, baby, let's go. There you go. There's my Meemaw. My Meemaw throat curdling. 15, guys. We're halfway there, baby. Let's go. 4 minutes. No overtime. We're all in, baby. We're all in. We're going in, baby. The big, beautiful obituary. The BBO? Dude, let's go. I'm ready for the BBPB, right? The big, beautiful pine box. The BBPB. Dude, let's go. Kind of exciting how close we must be to a pine box. Lady B, let's go. Yeah, we gotta be close. But it's hard, though. It's hard because let me just tell you, my dad was an ornery, like, miserable son of a bitch. And those guys that are really old and ornery abusers, sometimes they live a long time, guys. Wonder if Kermit phone will ring during the interview. It might. Let's go, me D. 13. That's the problem, guys, is these types of abusers usually dump all their shit on the people around them. Spent too much last night. Y'all get going. Let's go, Linz. Thank you, boss. We appreciate you guys. That's 12 away, guys. But, you know, sometimes these, like, empty vessels that dump all their animosity into the people around them, sometimes they live for a long time because the way they project their negative energy into the people around them, they eliminate a lot of the stress on their own bodies, you know? Dude, my dad lived to be in his 90s. And he was a smoker and a fucking drinker and an abuser. And he lived well into his 90s. Okay? It's so unfortunate, boss. All right, guys, 2 minutes. 12 in 2, baby. This is it. Down to the wire. 2 minutes. This is it. This is all we got. I kind of need this dance. Yeah, it's fucked up. I mean, like, stress affects all your body systems. And I think the abusers just literally empty their stress into everyone around them. And I think their bodies don't pay as big of a price. No, my dad was skinny. My dad was like 5'10", you know, like 200, something like that. He was pretty small. 2 minutes, let's go, Andrew, let's go. All right, guys, 11 away, baby. 11, we're trying to secure the dance party, fuck nuts. One minute. Dun, 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 dun. 11 away. 11 away. Oh, fuck, boss. Trump took mushrooms. Would that be cannibalism? 30 seconds. Shit, dude, we ain't gonna make it. I don't think we're gonna make it, boss. Oh, fuck. All right. All right. That's right. I'll just fucking set it and forget it. All right. We'll see what happens. We'll set it. We'll set a new goal. And then we'll just go on with the interview and let it happen in the background. Dude, we tried to make it happen, boss. There we go. 10. Andrew, let's go. That's good, though. There's 10 remaining. That makes it a nice even 10. So we'll just reset the goal, dude. Let it run out. There we go. And now we'll reset it. Dude, Trump is not a typo. Dude, let's go, OC. Appreciate you, boss. No. We'll be good. We'll be good because what we'll do is this. We'll do it and we will fucking set it for just the remaining 10, 30 minutes. And then we can go on with the fucking Trump Welker shit, and we'll circle back to it. And by the time we're done with this, we'll be at the end of that. We only need those. Let's go, FTT. Let's go, Peter. TDS, Trump devotion syndrome, real talk, yes. No, isn't it crazy, guys? How it literally, like Trump devotion syndrome, you know what I mean? Like Trump devotion syndrome is like so realistic. It is an absolute like existing thing. I know they say Trump derangement syndrome, but like, dude, nobody's like, no, there's no such thing as Trump derangement syndrome. If you look at this guy and all of his grapey shit and you're not wanting to dismantle that, like you are mentally ill. That's not being deranged. That is totally normal. You know what I mean? It's like if you get a virus, you don't say, hey, virus, yeah, go ahead and just live in me forever. No, you eradicate the virus. But dude, Trump devotion syndrome is like, yo, bro, what's up? Yo, what's up? Yeah, this is Political Punk here. Yeah, I'm calling about the situation with Trump. Trump just raped your granddaughter. Yeah, it's brutal. She is messed up. Oh, you're going to vote for him again. Oh, you're going to vote for him in 2028 when it's unconstitutional for him to even run. Oh, I see. After he raped your granddaughter. Trump devotion syndrome. Oh, what the fuck? Hello? Political Punk here. Yeah, Trump just stole all your money and he banged your wife and he crashed your car and your daughter's pregnant. Yes, Trump did all of that. Oh, you say you're going to write him a campaign check and you're going to vote for him. Oh, all right. Trump devotion syndrome, right? Fuck you. Dude, that's literally, Wilfred, let's go. That is literally what these fools do, boss. Dude, black-eyed, let's go. Oh, shit. Dude, whoops. That wasn't me. Dude, Wilfred, let's go. Dude, Trump's worst nightmare interviewer. Dude, Kermit the Frog. Jeez, that though, guys. I swear to you, that's what it's like. Needs to be added to DSM-5. Let's go. Aztecs that have never seen PP not dance. That would be cataclysmic, dude. Dude, Linz, let's go. And Wilfred, let's go. Dude, we're not gonna have to worry about it, dude. This is easy. We're cruising. Well, I mean, unfortunately, that phone call we just had with Kermit is like 100% what the Trump thing is, right? Oh yeah, he cheated on you. He raped your wife. I don't care. I'm gonna vote for him one more time. I'm gonna vote for him. I'm gonna vote for him. I'm gonna vote for him until I die. And after I die, I'm gonna vote for him even more, even harder. I'm gonna vote for him from like through osmosis in the dirt. I'm gonna turn into a vote, and I'm gonna find my way out of the casket through the dirt. I'm gonna wriggle up. I'm gonna come out like a fart in the ground, and I'm gonna go to the voting booth. I'm gonna vote Trump after I'm dead. You think I'm kidding? You watch me. I'm gonna vote Trump. I'm gonna vote Trump after he's dead. I'm gonna put smelling salts in a ballot, dude, and a lump of human shit in the Oval Office, and we're gonna call it Trump. Dude. Oh, what if our dances are what's keeping him alive? LOL. Oh shit, dude, that's crazy, dude. Wilfred, let's go. All right, guys, 3 more, baby. Oh, all right, you ready? Dude, let's bang out these last three. Let's just get this. And then we're gonna do the interview. I need to plug my phone in. Dude, we got this, baby. Dude, you ready? So, dude, somebody said Obama never ran away in the middle of the interview. And then somebody showed, look at this. We got to look at this tweet, guys, while we're getting these last three. Look at this. Look at this shit, dude. Okay, look at this tweet. This person, this fugitive Caesar says, let me know when a journalist even once. All right, so Alex Cole said Obama never ran away in the middle of an interview. And then this guy said, let me know. This guy, fugitive Caesar, said, let me know when a journalist even once interviewed Obama like this. And it's like, are you fucking kidding me? Dude, have these people, like, is this person like 10 years old? Have they forgotten? I know it's AI, but have they forgotten? Even if it was real with her like getting upset, have they forgotten Fox News? Have they forgotten calling him a liar openly and aggressively, like trying to browbeat him and, trying to imply shit, the tan suit he had to defend wearing a fucking suit, how he was dressed. Okay. Yes. The slurs, you know what I'm saying? Like, give me a fucking break. And I mean, even to this day, Obama has not been president for 10 fucking years. And Trump is still posting pictures of Obama and his wife as monkeys, dude. 10 years later, they're still using the monkey like slurs to try and denigrate them. The birth certificate, the Hussein, the emphasis on Hussein all the time. Just a nonstop barrage. No matter what he did, dude, so racist, so dirty. Let's go, guys. 3 away, baby. There it is, 1 down. Damn, does it have an N at the end? We know this. I'm not a member anymore. Let's go. Does what have an N at the end? Right? Dude, but this is such an AI photo. Dude, let's go. 2 away, guys. Dude, what the fuck is wrong? Dude, Wilfred, let's go. 1 more. 1 more, we got it. 1 away. 1 away. 1 away. Let me just tell you what I said today, guys. I know, trigger warning, what you're about to see, dude. Just me, D. Let's go. We must dance. We got the dance. But what I said is this, guys. You ready? And trigger warning, but I said, how many teenage girls at an Epstein property, this was like the last thing they saw before they got raped, right? Think about that, guys. Think about how many women have this has been the last thing they saw before they got terrorized for something that they would spend the rest of their life trying to fucking sort out. Like, so gross, dude. With like the fake white teeth and the fucking bronzer and the shitty hair, always dressed in the same like ugly Uncle Sam costume. So gross. Dude, he is so gross. He is just the grossest human being alive. That's what he is. All right, you ready? Woo! Oh, shit. Saying Kofifi there. Hold on one sec. I do want to see something here. There we go. There we go. There. I want to get that fucking photo back. I feel like I want this photo back. All right, you ready, guys? All right, without further ado, we're going to go in, and just to give you a heads up, we are going in now. We're watching the rest of this interview, which is, I think there's about 7 or 8 minutes of this, but this is the entirety of her pressing him about the 1776 slush fund. And it's real basic, guys. It's the fact that, hey, these people committed crimes. Some of them harmed police officers, and they caused millions of dollars of property destruction. And you think that they should get money? Okay, why? And then it dovetailed into his meltdown on the election. Similar to no one knowing dumb as a bee at the end. That's right, Lance. All right, you ready? Here we go. All right, let's get into it.
Crooked politicians, and they should be reimbursed for that.
Do you think anyone who attacked police officers on January 6th should get taxpayer money?
I wouldn't be inclined to say so, but I have to see it. I can tell you this, 97% of those people, you look at them, the FBI or whoever it was, because you had a lot of crooked cops, you had dirty cops. Comey was a dirty cop.
Well,
a guy like Bolton was a dirty
but
cop.
There's no evidence.
Wait a minute. Oh, you think Comey was a straight
people
cop?
who pleaded guilty to assaulting police
Comey
officers.
was a dirty cop.
No,
they
but
had
the people
FBI,
who assaulted police
listen
officers.
to me. They had FBI agents ushering them into the building. They had FBI go into the building. Those people walking around, they're looking always in the side. They weren't in. They were being ushered into the building.
There's no evidence.
You had a bunch of dirty cops, and frankly, what they did was weaponization of our government.
But sir, there's no evidence of that. More than 1,000 people.
No, there's none. You know what you do? Try looking at the tapes one time.
Would you take it off the table?
Look at the tapes one time.
But 172 people did plead guilty to assaulting police officers.
You know why they pled guilty?
Should they be exempt?
Because they told they were going to jail
funds?
for 15 years if they didn't.
Should they?
They pled guilty because they were frightened. They went down. They were ushered into a building. Many of them were arrested without even going into the building.
You'd be okay with them receiving taxpayer dollars?
The people were destroyed by dirty cops and by weaponization. Many of those people should be compensated. Now, with that being said, as I understand it, the weaponization fund was going to set up a group of people, people that could be picked by anybody, fair people, smart people, and they will go on an individual case basis.
Okay.
Now, I don't know what's going to happen with the weaponization fund. I love the idea because people like you, the fake, dirty press, the crooked press, people like stupid Biden, he's not smart enough to know what's going on, but people that surrounded him, surrounded his beautiful, resolute desk in the Oval Office, what they did to the lives of people, they destroyed people. They sent people to jail who did nothing wrong.
All right, just to be very clear, there's no evidence of what you're saying, but let me
There's a
ask
lot
you
of
about
evidence.
Todd Blanche. Let me ask you about Todd Blanche.
Listen to me.
Let's talk
There's
about Todd Blanche.
tremendous evidence. There's nothing
Well,
but
not been
evidence. The
presented
election
in a
was
court of
rigged.
law.
It was a dirty election.
Mr.
And it's
President,
happening again right now in
never
California.
Presented evidence.
It's happening
the
right now in
2020 election
California.
was rigged.
Right now, it's look at what's
Where's
happening
the
in
evidence
California.
to that?
It's
The
4
Republicans
days.
are doing well in California.
California, no, they're not. They're dropping fast because it's a rigged election. Let me tell you, it's 4 days, and they aren't even close to coming up with it.
That's how they count
You know
the
why
votes
they're doing
in
that?
California.
Because they're cheating on the election.
Do you have evidence to support
all
that?
I have to do is look. All I have to do is look.
That's not evidence.
And I listen to people, and let's see what happens.
But sir, that's not evidence.
Do you think it's appropriate?
That's how they
that
count the votes in
Do you
California.
think it's appropriate that they have an election and 5 days later, they're nowhere close to picking a
State
winner.
and local officials acknowledge they are slow. They're urging.
No, they're crooked.
They're urging the
crooked.
votes to be counted quickly. That's how they vote
They're
in
crooked,
California.
just like you're crooked. Your press is crooked, and Meet the Press is crooked.
To be fair, I'm not crooked, but let's
Really?
Let's
Well, you
continue.
play right into their hands. then.
Let's continue.
You're either crooked or you're stupid.
Let's
you play
continue.
right into their hands with this rap. You know that these elections are rigged. Your network knows that they're rigged. You know that I won an election in a landslide, and I got 94% bad press.
But, Mr. President,
you know why I
you've
got
never
that?
presented
Because you have no
evidence.
credibility.
But you've never presented evidence that it was rigged. Let's keep talking about. I want to talk about Todd.
You
Blanche.
have more evidence. There's more evidence than ever presented.
Let's talk
Your
about
elections
you
in
went
this
to
country,
court.
we're like a third world country.
But, sir-
Your elections are crooked, and you're crooked, and
But,
Meet
Mr.
the Press is crooked,
Mr.
and so
President-
is ABC and CBS and CNN.
But, Mr. President-
You're one-sided crooked networks. All right, let's call it quits because I've had enough. Thank you, darling. Have a good time.
Mr. President, let's please. I traveled all the way to Wisconsin.
I've sat
I
in
traveled
the rain with
all
you.
The, I know.
I've
I
sat in the
traveled
rain
all the
with
way
you
to
for an hour,
Wisconsin.
on and off in the rain, and I've given you enough time. You ought to straighten out your press because you know what?
Mr.
A
President,
country can never be
We
great
traveled
with a dishonest
Listen,
press.
we
Come on,
traveled
let's go.
all the way to Wisconsin for this interview.
Dude, so there we go. Dude, that I let the whole thing play, but like we got to talk about this because there was like an escalation here, guys. Okay? Because look what happened. First off, she started talking about the weaponization fund and should the people who committed crimes at the Capitol get taxpayer money. And then he went on, dirty cops, dirty cops, dirty cops. And then he went on about Comey, and she was still talking about like the FBI, about how, you know, there's not any evidence about like dirty cops or whatever. And he's like, what do you mean? He's still on Comey. Oh, what? You don't think Comey was dirty? And she wasn't even talking about Comey. Okay. But again, that's his personal little beef of having his personal lawyer who's running the DOJ now arrest Comey, right? Or try to charge Comey. Then it spiraled on to him insisting that the FBI led them into the Capitol and they were just like, oh, it's beautiful here. And then they all ended up in jail. And like, but yo, yeah, first off, Comey got fired in what year? What year did Comey get fired? Was it 2018? 2019? Right? He was fired by Trump 2017. Dude. So, all right, so Comey got fired 3 years, right? 3.5 years before January 6, 2021. And like, but Comey, all right, so yeah, all right, that's problematic, bro. That almost a full 4 years. So Comey had nothing to do with this. Now, the other thing about this is Trump saying that they went in and they were just walking around the place. Okay, that, oh, they were just like taking a tour, guys. But like, guys, they were not taking a tour. Okay, they were full on assaulting this shit. These guys were. And what's more, dude, we have, you ready? Look at this shit. Look at this shit. I'm going to take you through the clips, guys. We're going to go one by one, dude. Yeah, here's Joe Biggs, right? That he said, oh, yeah, this guy didn't do anything. There they are. They're all doing the little white power symbol inside. and causing property damage and shit. But let's find the video of Joe Biggs, okay? Hold on. It's going to take a sec here. Let's find the video. Dude, why am I having trouble finding this? Hold on. Oh, that's what it is. All right, hold on. Here. Give me a sec. Find the video. Dude, I feel like Elon is hiding shit because the phrase I used to do to find this video is like, now you don't find the video. Like Elon is disabling the search functions. All right. Oh, yeah, here it is. It was Ryan Riley. Are you ready? This is after they fucking stormed it and broke in there and smeared shit on the walls and fucking caused millions in property damage. Here we go.
So we just stormed the fucking Capitol, took
did.
the motherfucking place back. That was so much fun.
So much America. So much America.
More voters. January 6th will be a day in infamy.
Yes, yes.
So,
Yeah, again, with their little white power symbols, guys. Proud Boys. All right? But look at that shit. Okay? These are the people that Trump wants to pay money to. You know? And then Trump is insisting, oh, they were scared. They didn't do anything. The FBI let them in. They didn't do anything. Right? And now that he's pardoned them all, they've gone out and committed various essays and crimes, pulled guns, shot at cops, going to prison, all of them. Okay? And he wants to pay these guys off. Why? Presumably so they'll do it again. Okay? So they'll do it again. So they will, like, take them out. All right. Now, yeah, no, they're not scared. They're gloating about it. They're white power symboling. Look at them. They're gloating. They're like, yay, look at this. And I mean, dude, we have the videos, guys. We have other videos. All right, like this one. Them attacking cops.
capital entry. Multiple capital entries.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, dude, it is... Shit went down. Okay? Shit obviously went down. Now, let's address the election stuff. Okay? Because look at what happened, guys. Like, you may have noticed how Trump was escalating. Okay? He didn't want to talk about J6. He said, oh, they were scared. They lied. It was the FBI. It was Comey. Comey was crooked. She didn't agree. Then he was like, what do you mean? You don't think Comey was crooked? Even though he was fired 4 years before. Okay, then he like jumps in and he's like, the election rigging. And she's like, but there's no evidence. He's like, yeah, well, where's your evidence? I looked. And I listened, and they're doing it again in California. Where's your evidence? There's no evidence. They sent a U.S. attorney to California to watch the ballot counting. Everything California does is legit. They use mail-in ballots. There's a postmark on the election day. They verify every fucking signature. And if the signature does not match exactly, then they cure it. They contact the voter. It is a slow process, but it is guaranteed to prevent cheating. And all he does is these baseless accusations. And when she insists there is no evidence, you don't have any evidence, then he starts making accusations about the networks and the news being crooked. Then he makes an accusation about her being crooked. And when she says, I'm not crooked, then he insults her. You're either crooked or you're stupid. And he just escalates and escalates and escalates in typical abuser fashion. This is what abusers do. They escalate, they attack, they attack, they attack. They talk over you, they browbeat you, right? They gaslight you. And when you say, hey, just show me your proof, he has no proof, guys. He has none. None. There's never been any proof. Dude, it's 6 years in shots. You have documents, you have video recordings, tape recordings. Put it on the internet, boss. Now, I want to show you a Joe Rogan clip. Okay? I want to show you a Joe Rogan clip. It may take me a second to find this, okay? But let me find the Rogan Trump interview. All right? This is the one from October 25th, 2024. All right, 62 million. All right, we're going to look at the transcript. And this is where Trump's like, you're going to see it. It's a moment, guys. Oops. Oh, let me see. I'm trying to remember how he said it. I got to remember the words to find it. Okay, let's see if this is it. It might be around here. Let's get in here and look.
Right up until the end.
My point is, this idea of election fraud is a forbidden topic. And you get labeled an election denier. It's like being labeled an anti-vaxxer if you question some of the health consequences that people have had from the COVID-19 shots. Oh, my God, you're an anti-vaxxer. If you say, and what I say publicly, and I've said this a lot, it's not 0%. So if you ask me, what is the amount of election fraud in this country? Is it 0%? No one thinks it's 0%. I've never met one person, not a super liberal, progressive, far left person or a right-wing conservative. Not one person thinks it's 0%. They think when you have human beings and also you have a lot of weirdness that was going on during the 2020 elections, particularly with mail-in ballots.
And you had legislatures that had to approve, and they didn't approve, and they went out and did it anyway. And you had old-fashioned ballot screwing. I mean, you had you have people going up and dropping in phony votes. You had unsigned ballots, et cetera, et cetera.
There's certain people that think that they have, and there's the rhetoric is also that you're Hitler, and that in order to stop Hitler, you have to do whatever it takes.
That was okay, yeah.
Yeah, and this is, I mean, you're hearing this now. Kamala compared you to, said your love of Hitler yesterday.
Kamala's a very low IQ person. She's a very low IQ. I'm for taking tests, too. I think anybody that runs for president they should give them tests. And it's not an age thing. It's not based. If you look back on history, 70s and 80s, some of your greatest leaders in the world history, long time.
All right, this is not it. Hold on. I got to find this, guys. We're going to find this. God, I gotta figure out what the phrasing was. Dude, I have to mark this down because I've referenced this clip like a number of times, but I have to fucking mark this down. I have to figure out what Trump said around there. See, you know what I didn't like about that though, guys? Was right there, even the way Joe Rogan, like, created an on-ramp for maybe Trump is telling the truth. Because, of course, well, it's not zero, right? The fraud's not zero. So, therefore, right? But, like, is there some fraud? Sure. Is there enough fraud to, like, that fake 7 million ballots? No. And you know, not even close, all right? Let me find it here. Okay, here it is. Here it is. I found it. All right, rigged. Of course, we're going to go back here a little. You ready? Watch this. We're going to go back like a minute or two. I found it. Here we go. All right, watch.
Pouring into our country. We don't know anything about them.
But I want to ask you this. Why do you think they're doing that?
I think because...
Do you think they're trying to buy votes? Do you think they just want cheap labor? Like, what's the idea?
Okay, there's a couple of theories. They hate our country, they're stupid, or they want to buy votes. It's one of those three things.
Yeah.
They want it. Now, they are trying to get people registered who, don't even know what the country is.
And they're trying to give people amnesty, people that live here. They're trying to give them a path
They want
to
give them citizenship, and they want to... Well, how about what happened?
If you think about the amount of money that they've given them when they've come here, the food stamps, the benefits that even our poor people aren't getting.
$200 billion, and that's a way low number. That's a way low. It's interesting. New York has always been like, sort of like always looking for money. They've spent $100 billion on this stuff. I don't know where and they're not getting the money from the federal government. It's crazy. And because the mayor came out and said, we can't live like this.
They investigated him.
He gets by the way, I called it. I said he just got himself indicted. This group is stupid, but they're vicious. They're stupid people, but they're vicious people.
The 2020 elections, you say you have all this evidence that it was rigged. Why haven't you put this evidence in a consumable form? In what?
Oh, I did. I have books on it. And by the way, books have been written on it. We have an author named Hemingway who is a great writer. She wrote a book on it, but many books have been written on it. There are books that are... What's happened is judges don't want to touch it. They would say you don't have standing. They didn't rule on the merits. The merits never got there. The judges didn't have what it took to turn over an election.
Let's talk about the potential vulnerabilities for elections and election fraud. One of them is mail-in ballots. The other one is if someone can break into voting machines, if someone can hack voting machines. Those are two huge ones.
So
and
Elon Musk, I think he said it publicly. I hope he did because I wouldn't want to be the one. But he's a really smart guy, and he's a very good guy with computers, right? You'd say he's
one of the smartest people alive.
Anybody that can land that 20-story building and perfect and boom.
While he's doing Starlink, while he's doing
talking
Tesla,
to me
while he owns Twitter.
And then he agrees to Starlink.
And he tweets 100 times a day.
He's an amazing guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he tweets 100 times a day because he's not doing any work, by the way.
He said to me, that unless you have paper ballots, it can never be an honest election. That's a big statement.
It's a big statement.
We should go to paper ballots. You know, France did. They went to mail-in voting, and it was all messed up.
What can
you know
be
the
done?
amazing thing with the machines? So we have the machines. They cost 10 times more. Paper ballot would cost 8%. And they make paper ballots, they're all watermarked and everything else. They're very sophisticated. But if you take a look, paper ballots, 8% the cost, and you're done by 9 o'clock in the evening, right? Now we have these sophisticated machine. It goes up to heaven. It goes all over the place and down and around. And they say, we'll need 2 weeks to figure out who the hell won the election.
Do you think that's by design?
Yeah, I do. I think it's very crooked. That's my opinion.
You're allowed to have an opinion. Let's say you win in November. What can be done to mitigate these problems? What could be done at the level that the president has power?
Well, if I win, this will be my last election. But I think I owe it to the country. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I owe it to the country. We have to have fair elections.
So how can you fix that?
You know, Jimmy Carter was in charge of a commission.
All right,
you know.
so that was part of it, but that's not the whole thing. Hold on. There's another snippet in here that I got to find, guys. Hold on. Let me find 2020. Okay, here we go. It is this one. Here we go. Dude, they talked all over the place, but you ready? I'm finding the actual clip here. You ready? Watch this. All right.
Those are bad charges.
Sounds terrible because
And this is before I got
with those charges.
Don't forget, this is before I got there.
Right.
Now, he was trying to protect her, but he did her a great disservice.
Because he wanted attention.
He was stupid.
So I want to talk about 2020 because you said over and over again that you were robbed in 2020.
Yeah, totally.
How do you think you were robbed? Everybody always cuts you off. I'm going to allow.
Well, they not only cut you off. Well, what I'd rather do is we'll do it another time, and I would bring in papers that you would not believe. So many different papers. That election was so crooked. It was the most crooked election.
Okay, but give me some examples of how.
Well, let's start on the top and the easy ones.
Okay.
They were supposed to get legislative approval to do the things they did, and they didn't get it. In many cases, they didn't get it.
What things?
Anything.
Legislative approval
like for extensions of the voting, for voting earlier, for this,
Right.
for all different things. By law, they had to get legislative approvals. You don't have to go any further than that. If you take a look at Wisconsin, they virtually admitted that the election was rigged, robbed, and stolen. They wouldn't give access in certain areas to the ballots because the ballots weren't signed. They weren't originals. We could go into this stuff. We could go into the ballots, or we could go into the overall. I'll give you another one.
Are you going to present this ever? Do you think like?
Let me just give you one
go
look
ahead.
before. 51 intelligence agents come up that the laptop was from Russia.
All right, again, now he spins off to the laptop, Hunter Biden's laptop. But do you see that? Look at those clips. In those clips I showed you, he said we have documents upon documents. He said we have all this information. Wisconsin's basically admitted it. Like they changed a whole bunch of laws. What laws? Oh, everything. They changed this, they changed that. No specifics. And Rogan let him off. He didn't press him. Why don't you show me the documents? Do you have any in your phone right now? Can we meet in 2 days and look at some of these documents? You say you have these documents. This is a very big election. We're going to have another meeting in 2 days. I want you to bring the documents. Or if not, I'm going to have to assume that you're, in fact, not telling the truth. Guys, this was 2 fucking years ago, bro. And the election happened in 2020. And Trump just spins it and turns it and goes around. And Rogan gave him the election. He gave him the room. He gave him oh, yes, he let him off. He didn't pressure him. He let him change the subject. Kristen Welker did not. Okay? You see that? He's fucking lying. They don't have any evidence because he's lying. Okay? He is lying like he lied about cutting our energy bills, like he lied about no new wars, like he lied about Jeffrey Epstein, saying Epstein was a hoax, lying about his involvement. He lied about being on Epstein's plane. He is just lying on lying on lying on lying on lying. And then he attacks her and calls her dirty. And then in the middle of this rant, guys, he said that we won by a landslide, is what he said. Dude, you didn't win by a landslide, you ugly MFer. You won by 1.4%. That's virtually nothing, dude. You didn't even get 50% of the votes. It's just fucking disgusting. And the way he talked to her, right? The way he talked to her, you know, calling her a fucking, you know, crooked and you know, stupid and just personal attacks on her, right? What a fucking prick, guys. I can't wait, okay? I can't fucking wait for the Pine Box. He is, the world will rejoice. Right? Who can support this shit? You know who can support this shit, Steph? People that they want to see some people suffer, and they figure that Trump is making some people suffer, and they get off on that. That's it. People who want people to suffer. Okay? They're terrifically unhappy people that are part of the reason why they're unhappy is their own shit. They believe in God, so they believe that they have some through line to the creator of the universe that gives them permission to make you suffer because they're like aligned with your creator and you're a fucking demon. And then this guy will lie, cheat, steal, kick, scream, scratch, walk off, break the rules, blow up the building, do whatever it takes, no matter how dirty or nasty or constitution breaking it is. He'll do it all just to make the people suffer. And they don't care if they're suffering while that's happening, as long as they think we're suffering. That's it. As long as they think trans people are suffering and trans kids are suffering and people trying to get abortions are suffering and people of color are suffering and Democrats are suffering. But you know what's crazy though, guys, is like, even those of us that are suffering, I feel like we're not really suffering like they are, right? Because we're not becoming ever resentful and ever hopeless, and where every single time somebody loses an election, we think cheating has happened. We're like, I don't know, man. We're fighting. We're still trying to make the world better, even for them. You know what I mean? Even for them, dude. Like, it's fucking wild, bro. But yeah, guys, I'm real fucking proud of this woman. Okay? And guys, hear me out on this. Okay? I want you to remember this moment. Okay? I want you to remember this moment because you can't win every battle. You're not going to win every fucking shot on the field. And the system is rigged to let disgusting pieces of shit like this guy get away with everything. Okay? The system is rigged to allow him to be a corrupt, grapey motherfucker and get away with it. Okay? And the thing about it is, though, is she fucking stayed strong. And now they're all calling for her to get fired. And who knows? She might get fired. You don't even know. But the thing about it is like, she didn't relent, guys. She did not relent. And she didn't fucking flip out. She didn't fucking call him names. She hung in there, but she was firm. And she was like, you see, even her body English, dude, she was like so calm as he was getting heated. She didn't even get reactionary or get tight from him being a fucking prick. You know what I'm saying? And I just want you to remember this because I want you to know that, like, there are people fighting. Okay? There are people in the mainstream media that are fighting. There are people in the mainstream Democratic Party that are fighting. There are people that are just, mom and pops around the country that are fighting. There are people like the Virginians filing the lawsuit against the fucking UFC thing. And they may lose, but they're fighting. There are people like Mark Elias who is fighting in court. Aaron Rupar, his company is filed, 15 lawsuits against Trump. A lot of little guys have been filing lawsuits against Trump. Those of us who wake up every day and make content and watch content and talk about this shit until we're blue in the face or crack jokes to make you guys fucking feel better, we're fighting day in and day out, the content creators. And then you guys are out there fighting. Those of you, especially the ones that you guys live in a red state, man, if you live in Alabama and you're a Democrat, you're fighting just going out into the world in Alabama and not getting depressed, not giving up, not giving in to their negativity, not letting them browbeat you out of a belief that, like, we can win this shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know. I want you to see this and forget about what happens to Trump. Divorce yourself from the consequences of whatever he's going to get away with and stay connected to feeling inspired to just keep fighting. Okay? That's what we need to do. We need to just keep fighting. Okay? Like she did in this interview. You fight until they get up and give up and walk away, right? And whether you're on Twitter or Blue Sky or Facebook or, with your family or in your neighborhood or whatever, just keep fighting. Don't worry if it doesn't feel like you're winning. Don't worry if it seems like they're getting away with everything. We gotta just keep showing up and not taking no for an answer, guys. And we will win this, okay? We will win this. The resistance is there. It's just little pieces at a time, man. Because the thing about this interview is we're going to get online now and we're going to look at some, MAGA reaction. Now, MAGA love this. And they're like, oh, they're spinning it like Trump wouldn't give in to the fake news media. Oh, Trumpy. Oh, he was a dick. Right? But like, guys, hold on. I got a fucking nose hair. Sorry, you had to see that. But guys, there are a bunch of independent, middle of the road voters that for whatever reason, whatever, could be racism. It could be they didn't like Joe Biden. It could be genocide. It could be they were just politically whatever. They thought the Democrats were fighting each other. There's a bunch of middle of the road fucking people who voted for this guy and they're terrifically unhappy. And they're like, God damn, dude, he can't even stay and answer questions. He's running away. Okay? He's fucking running away, guys. He's fucking running away. I have a nose hair trimmer, Steph. Thank you. They're not perfect though, boss. Right? Especially not when you have allergies and you're always congested. But he's running away, guys. He's fucking running away, boss. Okay? After he started a war, after he fucking broke all his promises, after he's trying to pay the people who hurt, cops, and after he's still lying about an election that he's never shown proof. And what does he do? He runs away. He runs away, guys. That's why we win, guys. Okay? That's why we're going to win, guys. Because he has to run away. Right? This is why we're going to win. It's like no matter how much power Trump has, he's going to fucking run, boss. He will run. Every time when the heat gets too hot, he's going to run because he's a coward, okay? He is a huge, massive, insecure, incapable, coward. And you can't be defeated by a coward, guys. You can't. Trust me. I've fucking gone this route. My dad was a coward, right? The craziest, most violent authoritarian you can imagine. But he was a fucking coward. And that's why we won. And he didn't, boss. Right? Dude, what a shitter, bro. What a shitter. Now, I do want to point something out, though, here, because look at this. Hold on. You ready? Watch this.
All the way to Wisconsin for this interview.
All right. Right there, guys. Hold on. Let's go back right there. I did. You see that? He smacked her. Now, I did. Okay. I did, guys. I did tag Anna Paulina Luna with that image. Okay. Because I said, I was like, Anna Paulina Luna, it does look like we have some pretty strong evidence of the president assaulting a reporter after a verbal altercation. So I don't know about you, Anna Paulina Luna, but I think we need impeachment proceedings, and we need to report this to the authorities because there's no consent there, and it looks like he's hitting the reporter after he felt, like she was being very aggressive with him. So I don't know if Anna Paulina Luna is going to follow up on that, if she's going to start the impeachment proceeding for Trump abusing this woman, right? I don't know. Is she going to contact the police? Dude. Oh, shit. Let's go. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, fuck this guy, boss. And then I did wonder also, too. I was like, did he actually hit her, or was he trying to grab her neck pussy and he just missed? He could have been trying to grab the neck pussy and he fucking missed it. So it's either, the way I see it, it's either assault or he was trying to grab the neck pussy and he couldn't quite get it. Oh, shit. Dude, what a fucking degenerate, though. You know what I mean? Isn't it like, isn't he disgusting? Like this guy is disgusting. Now let's look at some of the reaction, guys. Okay? Let's look at the reaction. All right? Because look at this. You ready? President Trump continues to be vindicated for calling the mainstream media the enemy of the people, the condescension, the interruption, the feigned indignation. Right? Dude, wow. It's like they're watching a different thing. Right? Trump is right, and everyone watching what's happening in California knows it. That's bullshit. California is legit. Los Angeles is 80% Democrat. Of course, Spencer Pratt didn't make it into round 2, right? You know what I'm saying? There's other ones. All right, hold on. Let's look at the usual suspects. All right. They'll all be commenting on it. Right? Right? They're like attacking her for TDS. Right? Cry more. right? They have a little violin thing while he's fucking, look at his face. Look at him like fucking whatever, screaming, having a meltdown. He's leaving and they're having like some violin thing, right? Because again, they want him to do this. Like his supporters want him to go and fucking call people names and browbeat them and gaslight them and tell them to fuck off and walk out and create. That's what they want. They want him to just go and be shitty to everyone, right? Kristen Welker breaks down, right? They're sharing AI videos afterwards, right? More fake AI videos, but they're relishing in this shit, okay? Relishing. Right? Look at this. Oh my God. President Trump cuts off and walks out of a Welker interview. He looks her in the eyes and tells her she's a liar, then storms off. The elections are like a third world country. You're crooked. Let's call it quits. I've had enough. Right? Essentially, then they say Welker whines, best president ever. Right? Again, right? You know what I mean? They don't need proof, guys. They don't want proof. They want him to fucking create harm. They want him to create harm and then walk out. Isn't that brutal? Dude, it is they are just trying to cause as much damage to us and the Democratic Party and transgender people and everybody that they don't like. They want to cause as much harm as possible. Okay? And right? And then if we react to it, they're like, "Oh, yes. Please react." Although I don't know, man. Most of the people, pretty much most of the people I know are feeling pretty fucking pretty fucking hopeful at the moment. It's weird. Nick Sortor didn't even cover it. That's interesting. Okay, I'm sure libs of TikTok. Dude, almost all of these people have blocked me, guys. Did libs of TikTok cover it? Probably not. Nope. They did not cover it. I mean, that makes sense because not everybody's going to cover him being a total asshole. I'm sure Loomer, we know Laura Loomer probably covered it. Loomer Unleashed. President Trump got up and walked off the Meet the Press after Kristen Welker disputed California election fraud. Again, guys, what is their basis of saying that there's California election fraud? The only basis they have of saying that is because they lost in a Democratic stronghold, and they think, oh, right, a Spencer Pratt got opted out, right? He got third place in a town that is 80% Democrat. I mean, what did they think was going to happen, dude? Right? But it's all the fucking cheating, yada, yada, yada. Cheating, yada, yada, yada. They revel in this, guys. They revel in it. It's interesting to see which people covered it and which didn't, right? I wonder if there's a consistency along that lines of how they choose which influencers cover this shit and which don't, and which ones are carrying which narratives. Because you see a lot of them, like they're all carrying the California narrative, right? Then he says, I hope this is the last interview he ever does with this snake. Brick Suit says, a country can never be great with a dishonest press. President Trump shuts down a whining Kristen Welker. But there it is, guys. Scorched earth. But this, you ready? Guys, any of you that are mainstream Democrats or whatever, you're wondering why I'm backing Graham Platner? Because scorched earth, motherfuckers. Okay? I get it. Platner has warts. When he got out of the Marines, he was a shitty dude. But you know what? We need some shitty dudes right now. And we need some powerful women like AOC and Ilhan Omar right now. And we need some people that are willing to kick a fucking door in right now. And we need some highly educated lawyers right now. And we need strategists right now. And we need canvases and loud mouths and negotiators. We need everybody right now. We need people like Hassan right now. We need people like fucking, Brian Tyler Cohen and David Pakman right now, middle of the rotors. We need Midas Touch. We need Keith Edwards. We need you. We need me. We need all of us. And we don't all have to be squeaky clean and fucking picture perfect. Some of us got to be willing to go through the window. Okay? We do need some people who will fucking throw their body through a goddamn window, guys. Okay? You know what I'm saying? It's like we need everybody. And yeah, Tizzy and Tennessee Brando and fucking, and what's his name? Roddy Road Streamer, like all of them. But my point though, guys, is that I'm not worried about everybody being like gracious. I want gracious people, but I want some fucking dirtbags too, guys. I want some dirtbags who will take their fist and they will put it through the goddamn Trump door and kick it in like my dad used to do, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like my dad used to get drunk and kick the door open. But after he kicked the door open or kicked a hole in the wall, he would beat us up or he'd slam my mom against the fridge. You know what? I want somebody like my dad who's now reformed and he's not going to hit women, and he's not going to fucking whatever, you know what I'm saying? Beat his kids and shit like that. And he's not going to fucking pay for a genocide, but he is going to kick a fucking wall down. And he's going to like grab, Trump's nuts and squeeze them. You know what I mean? Metaphorically, And so that's why I don't want that fucking Costello guy in Maine, okay? I want Graham Platner, and I want Ro Khanna, and I want fucking, you know what I'm saying? John Ossoff, okay? And I want AOC, and I want, in whatever capacity, Gavin Newsom and JB Pritzker and fucking everybody who is going to fucking kick some fucking doors down. All right? And I also want all of the like milquetoast people who are going to negotiate and strategize and plan and be gracious, right? The people like Tallarico, who he's more of a gracious guy who's going to go out there and reason with people. But I want the fucking unreasonable fighters too, guys, because we need them. Okay, we need them, guys. We need some fucking brawlers. Okay, we're not going to get out of this by just being gracious, like perfectly woke, nice guys. Okay, some of us are going to have to be assholes. Okay, and that's it. I am an asshole on Twitter, guys. Okay, I am not Zoran Mamdani out there being gracious. I am not James Tallarico. I'm an asshole. Okay. And but I want some assholes on the team, guys. They're a very important part of the fucking coalition. Okay? So just so you know, like, you know what I mean? Let's go. Let's go, baby. Dude, what a fucking dick, bro. What a dick. So let's see what they said afterwards. All right? You may be the asshole we need. Dude, I'm a good asshole, guys. I am. I mean, I'm compassionate and empathetic and sensitive and self-aware, and I have all those other qualities. Dude, Swalwell, no. No, why would you say that, DL? We're not grabbing rapists, okay? You cannot compare Swalwell to Graham Platner. And I don't like people who do that because they're being disingenuous. Okay, Eric Swalwell was fucking around and taking sex from women who couldn't say no because he fucking controlled their job. Okay, that is Trump predatory, guys. That is Harvey Weinstein. Okay, Swalwell's a fucking rapist. And fuck him, dude. That guy is not part of the coalition. But like dirty ass fighters are not necessarily, they're not rapists. You know what I'm saying? There is a fucking difference, boss. You know what I mean? And that doesn't mean that like, you know, like some of these guys were not like not good people when they were younger. Okay. But there's a difference between not being a good person and having a toxic relationship with your girlfriend, right? Where you're both getting drunk and doing stupid shit and being like, not a good boyfriend and being a guy who doesn't treat women with enough empathy and then eventually realizing, fuck, dude, I've got fucking PTSD. I'm damaged. I got to be better. And I'm going to go to counseling. I'm going to try and get better. I'm going to try and have a relationship with a woman where we don't get drunk and brawl. Okay. And I'm going to talk about this shit and I'm going to try to do better, but I still have that dog in me. That is very different than somebody who hires staffers and then sexually like gets involved with them when they can't say no. Okay. So be clear on that, guys. And don't be disingenuous with that shit because you got to know the difference between that, because there is a difference. Okay. Like cheating on your wife and sending dick pics to consensual adults. Okay. While you're trying to get laid is not being a powerful congressman and then getting sex from your staffers who have to say yes, because otherwise you're going to make sure they never get a job again. And they know they have to say yes because you control their ability to work ever again in that town. You know what I mean? Dude, yeah, no, I don't know who that person is even talking to. Like, dude, that person in chat has just been fucking whatever. Like, they have been running their mouth, dude, for like an hour, boss. You know? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what they're doing. I feel like I don't even know who they're talking to. I saw some of their comments and I was like, who are they even talking to? I felt like they were trying to like just put shit in the chat looking for a reaction, but they're gone now. Dude, they're gone now. Dude, I don't like that. Like, I've seen people though, guys. I have seen people online and it is a certain part of the Democratic coalition online that has been, trying to conflate fucking, trying to conflate Graham Platner with Eric Swalwell. And I don't like that. Now, if something comes out about Graham Platner that is corroborated, that it has him like Swalwell, then of course we will absolutely fucking boot that guy. Absolutely. Right? If it comes out corroborated, for sure, dude. Nobody was making a big deal because this Heritage Foundation woman, like the Times should have never written that story. Okay? They should not have written that story because they didn't have any corroboration and they even said it in the story. Now, I do want to show you something though, because I think this is important. about this because I want to show you something from AIPAC today, guys. And look at this, dude, okay? Look at this shit. Because look at what happened today. All right, this is the last thing on Graham Platner, but I think it's important. But look at this. Graham Platner posted, John Fetterman seems to genuinely think that the reason no one likes him is because he refuses to wear a suit. It's not the hoodie, dude. It's because you become a stooge for AIPAC and the Republican Party. Okay? And this is true. Okay? He has become a fucking pro-Israel goon, a pro-Netanyahu. He put a suit on when he showed up for Netanyahu's speech. He's been rubber stamping the war in the Middle East. He's been rubber stamping Trump. And look at what AIPAC did. Okay, look at what they said. You ready, guys? Look at this. It's entirely possible to disagree with you without AIPAC having anything to do with it. When you say AIPAC, who are you really talking about? AKA, they're implying like, oh, he's trying to like talk about all Jewish people. That's what they're implying. He says, the AIPAC says the millions of Democrats who are AIPAC members are 6.5 million grassroots members, donors, and board of directors, all of whom are Americans. A broad and diverse group of citizens who hold a range of views on Israel, Gaza, and American and Israeli politics and the wars in the region, but who unite in support of a U.S.-Israel partnership that benefits America. And if this is about money and politics, why are you talking about AIPAC members differently from any other contributors? Is our community's participation in the political process any different from the dark money, billionaire super-funded super PACs backing your campaign they claim, or the $175,000 in PAC contributions you're talking about? So who are you really talking about? But what they're doing is they're implying like anti-Semitism, and they're using the 6 million, yes, which is from the Holocaust. It's all layered, guys, where they're being greasy. But look at what I said. I just said, fuck you, assholes. You brag about every primary about how you spent money to destroy candidates with policies voters actually want, and then you cry like this when you get that energy back. The difference is your fucking hubris, okay? That's the difference, guys. It's their hubris. Let's go back and look at AIPAC, these guys who are making these insinuations. And you ready? Let's go. Let's go to the election, guys. Look at what they did, okay? Right? Let me find one where they were gloating, right? See, look at this. Look at this, guys. They're, they were 4.5 million members, right? And now they're like, hold on, let's go to the latest because it fucks it around, but look at this. Pro-Israel Americans are proud to help defeat anti-Israel candidates. Being pro-Israel is good policy and good politics, okay? And here, congratulations for defeating anti-Israel incumbent Thomas Massey, all right? And then they went off on other ones. Congratulate the pro-Israel candidates who won primary. More than 75 AIPAC endorsed have advanced. To demonstrate support for America's alliance with Israel is good policy and good politics, okay? Right? And then they congratulated Clay Fuller, right? Right? And being pro, like look at this. Life looks pretty good. Voters in North Carolina and Illinois rejected all 7 far left would-be squad members. Now they're taking a shot at the squad, and they're taking a shot at the far left that want healthcare and education, who centered their campaigns on attacking Israel, right? And demonizing pro-Israel Americans. Dude, right? But look at that, dude. They gloat. 6 candidates built their campaigns on undermining the U.S.-Israel relationship, right? And Democrat voters rejected them all. and they spend tens of fucking millions of dollars, guys, and they gloat. Okay? They're literally gloating. Every time a candidate wins, they're like they won because of us, because they're pro-Israel, right? And so this is why they're different, guys. You don't see the other lobbies doing this, okay? You don't see the oil lobby saying congratulations on the pro-oil candidate, and fuck clean energy, fuck your windmills and solar, and fuck your electric cars, okay? The oil lobby doesn't do that, okay? The pharmaceutical lobby doesn't go out there and say, aha, all the pro-vaccination candidates won, fuck you anti-vaxxers, right? You know what I mean? Like, you see what I'm saying? This is the difference, is AIPAC goes out there and gloats. Every time they put in $30 million and win, they go, look at who won. And they won because we're doing the good thing, because being on Israel's side in the Middle East is the way you win elections, when in fact they're just pouring money in. Look at this. They're defending Randy Fine. Congratulations to AIPAC endorsed Randy Fine. We're proud to support pro-Israel candidates. But like, dude, this guy is a fucking degenerate. He is racist and Islamophobic and hateful and spews nothing but vitriol scuzz. Dude, this guy is not a good human being. He is a horrible, degenerate, mean, nasty, despicable human being. But they don't care. They don't care, right? They're just like, oh yeah, Israel. Now, again, I have nothing against the nation of Israel or like Jewish people. And AIPAC here, most of the people that funding AIPAC probably aren't even Jewish, guys. I bet you that most of their money is coming from evangelical billionaires, all right? And people that have vested interest in the military-industrial complex. Because let's be honest about it. It's like part of it is the Zionism, part of it is these people seeking the rapture, but part of it is as long as we give Israel money and weapons and all this shit, we are making more weapons. Like, we are essentially funding the military-industrial complex to go and commit war against Muslim people in the Middle East continuously for oil and for regional instability and to bring about the rapture and to make sure that Lockheed and Boeing and Palantir and all of those fucking Pentagon-related industries are flush with fucking cash, bro. And it's fucking gross. But like, guys, this is what I don't like, okay? I don't like this, the hubris, okay? They're not just funding candidates. They are funding candidates and then gloating about it and making it seem like if we want to stop the wars in the Middle East, we're bad. Like, we're bad people to want healthcare and education instead of paying for Benjamin Netanyahu's endless fucking wars. Like, that's bullshit, dude. We deserve education and healthcare and affordable housing. We deserve like clean energy and good roads and flourishing national parks and an economy that is not just like a stock market that soars when a fucking crazy war criminal in the Middle East starts killing children. You know? This isn't even about Jewish people, guys. This has nothing to do with Jewish people. It has to do with war machines, okay? And oil and fucking global power, right? But they were implying in their statement, man, in their fucking statement they made, guys, they were implying that, oh, they're throwing around numbers, 6 million Jews. They're implying, who are you really talking about when you say AIPAC? And why are you talking about AIPAC and not the other super PACs, right? But they're making the implication that if you voice anything about like, hey man, I don't want to fund Israel's war machine in the Middle East anymore. They're like, you're anti-Semitic. You're saying Jewish people are bad. And it's like, no, I love Jewish people. I love the Jewish religion. It's one of the only Abrahamic religions that doesn't push anything on anyone. I mean, don't get me wrong. I hate all of the Abrahamic religions, but if I had to pick one of the three that to me is the least annoying to interface with, it's definitely Judaism, because they're not pushing it on everyone. But like, dude, this has nothing to do with Jewish people, okay? It's not the Jewish religion that is making Benjamin Netanyahu attack everybody in the Middle East, you know? There's nowhere in the Old Testament that says that dumb motherfucker needs to be committing war crimes with an endless supply of U.S. money and weaponry. You know, you're right. It is corrupt government. You know, it is. It's corrupt government. It's a military industrial complex. And it's overall, guys, it's really kind of like white supremacy enhanced. Okay, white supremacy and Zionism are like the same thing. Okay, Zionism is regional white supremacy, just not based on whiteness. Okay, but it is based on an ethnicity. So it really is white supremacy. It's the same shit we have here. That's why the people that are like, oh, America's not a racist country, are all in for that Middle Eastern war machine. Because white supremacy and Zionism is just regional white supremacy that's based on a different ethnicity, but it's the same fucking mechanism, guys. You know, that the supremacy group gets to dictate the rights and the power of the non-supremacy group. And if worse comes to worse, they militarily demolish them, or they shoot them in the streets under the guise of the cops, or what have you, right? But I am tired of their gloating. Like that hubris really fucking, that hubris really gets to me, guys. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That hubris of like AIPAC thinking that they are like, you don't get to criticize them. And if you do, they try to like act like you're like trying to bring the Holocaust back. No, you can fight anti-Semitism and anti-Zionism. I feel like they're the same battle. Okay. I'm serious, guys. I feel like fighting anti-Zionism is fighting anti-Semitism. You know, that it's the Zionism that keeps anti-Semitism in play. The same way here, it's like the Christian nationalism keeps racism in play, guys. You know what I mean? Like Christian nationalism keeps racism firmly ensconced. You know? It is like they're tied, man. All right. On that note, rant over. All right? I'm going to go make some videos. Okay? Dude, hubris. All right? I'm fucking annoyed with this shit, bro. Dude, look at this. Oh shit.
If I had my way, elections would last 2 months. They would be publicly funded, and if a billionaire looked at a TV ad the wrong way, we'd put him in jail.
Dude, I mean, can you argue with that? Right? I mean, no outside money, publicly funded, long and slow, make sure everybody gets to vote, and the fucking billionaires, let's take all their cash, dude. I'm into it. Dude, let's go. Dude, look at this. They are like, you know, make me love this guy more, boss. All right? Dude, make me love him more. Dude, you ready though, guys? Check this out. In 2 days, we're going to find out about Maine and Platner. But you know what else happens in 2 days, guys? You ready? You know what happens in 2 days? Oh! Let's see if you can tell me what happens in 2 days. In addition to Maine, we're going to have our main candidate. We're going to see how they perform. But what happens in 2 days, guys? 2 days from now. You ready? Nancy Mace is going to be unfucking-ployed, boss. Nancy fucking Mace, okay? Nancy fucking anti-trans Mace is going to be out of government! Out of government, baby! She is polling in 5th place in the South Carolina primary. She didn't get the endorsement. Her seat is done. She is going to be out of government, guys. She will be fucking, whatever. We'll have to deal with her until January. But January 7th of next year, that fucking idiot is going to be just pissing in the wind. And now we're still going to hear from her online. She'll probably start a podcast. But, I'm not sure how much we're going to hear from her, though, because Trump not endorsing her, she may end up being persona non grata. So she may end up on like the Matt Gaetz sort of circuit or in fucking second rate land, right? But I'm excited, baby. And we see if maybe she goes scorched earth, boss. All right? Maybe. All right, you ready? It's dance time. Edit mode. Let's go. Let's go, dude. If you are in DC, make sure to take a shit in the reflecting pond. Kidding. Woo, Trump in. Let's go. Thank you, guys. Thank you for all the love and support. We do appreciate it, boss. It's big love, dude. Means a lot. Keeping it rolling, baby. Dude, I'm gonna see if Nancy Mace wants to move in with us, dude. Just kidding. Are you ready? Let's go. It's time for a little deja vu. Hey, I kind of feel like I've been here before. Oh, what is that? What is that?
Been here before, yeah, I do
this feeling that I have now, almost a bit holy, notion that I will make it out somehow.
Let's go! Let's go, baby! Found in my denial, and that I'm blinded by the stars in my eyes. It's true, I've been dreaming of you. Nothing I take can help me escape the truth. The way I behave always gets in the way. Nothing I say can take my reputation away. If you need me, well, I need me too. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow. We're playing catch up. There's so much going on, but we're going to try to keep it together. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Take care of your head. And don't forget to stay radiant. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
Hey, I just want to change the world. I just want the perfect girl. I don't want to hang around, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. Change the world, but I'm not gonna wait my turn. I don't ever want to come down, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. Yeah.